Did you watch it? Welcome back, everybody, to the Nosebleeds podcast. I'm Chris Witt, and with me, as always, is Mr. Adam Schmidt. Adam, how are you today, sir?
Fantastic.
Ah,
How about you?
but if I was any better, I'd be twins. I don't know how that would make me better. It would just make me more.
Yeah,
I feel like it would just make me more.
it would still just make you because twins are two different people too,
Yeah, yeah.
Unless you were conjoined,
Then you're just one,
then you're one.
maybe one and a half.
Yeah, different kinds of conjoined twins.
Yeah, you got two brains, right? Then,
I've seen them connected at the brain though, at the
oh,
head.
yeah. So is it still two brains? Is it, but they're connected?
I think it's one brain. I feel like I watched a show about it a long time ago. I feel like somebody had one brain.
What about the ones that are like two heads,
Mhm.
but they have 2 feet, two arms? Who is one of them controlling one side of the body?
So are there
Can they can
that
they control both
so
arms?
regular body but
Two
two heads?
heads.
Has
I
that
mean,
ever
how else is conjoined twins? There's got to be something they're conjoined.
that happens in cartoons? Is that real?
I don't know what
Really
is
happen?
are conjoined people real?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's one. So you see somebody and it's just they're stuck together with their heads cricked
Yeah, or
and they got
something
two
at the
bodies.
shoulder at the yeah.
Okay, at the shoulder,
I
at the
feel like
shoulder.
that.
So there's a right arm and a left arm.
Well, but there might be there might be two arms, or sometimes there's an arm and like a little, quarter of a
So
thing or an eighth
they
of a
got a little
thing,
nub.
and then another one, yeah, or like a
So
little
it's
like
two arms and two nubs.
three fingers coming off a
The
shoulder,
ones that
something like
have
that.
like the short thing with just like two pinkies sticking out of a nub.
Yeah.
I always like, how does that even work? That's you know who that is. You know who that is. That's a dude who used to live across the street from cousin Tony and cousin Bobby and them. And Aunt Peggy would let us go into this dude's.
No, that was Lloyd, man. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
had a bum
It was
arm.
just bum.
I think it was
I
just
feel like
real
he just had
skinny.
two pinkies that
No.
stuck out of something. That's how I remember it, man.
I thought he had kind of it was
I don't
regular,
know.
but he like, did something
I
to it
feel
in
like it's
war or
that weird
something.
dude asking me for money on the side of the street that's just got two
Yeah.
pinkies holding a street sign
There was a guy like that that worked at Arby's
at
for a while.
Arby's.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did he take money?
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
At the drive, he would do the drive-through and he'd stick his little three pinkies out or whatever. And
You're
yeah.
in a big truck and you got to like close your mirror so you can get close enough to him because he can't reach out to you. Hey man, can you turn that $5 bill into a paper airplane for me and throw it in here? Well, that got off the rails quick.
Yeah.
Not exactly how we planned this thing to start.
Oh, that's perfect.
But that'll work. That'll work. Speaking of
I
off the
I
rails,
vote I vote that guy for president.
yeah,
I'll tell you
speaking of
that.
off the rails, the presidential election was last night.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything on the presidential election? Did you watch anything last night at all?
I watched for like 3 or 4 minutes at some
What time?
point.
What time? Give me a
Uh,
time.
Probably I'm gonna say 7:30
Oh,
to 8, something
nobody
like
knew
that.
anything at that point in time.
Okay, and
The
then
polls weren't even closed yet.
it seemed like some of the polls were closing right then
Yeah.
because they were saying, and
Mhm.
then they were giving all these stats. Well, 8 years ago, this guy and this
Oh
guy
yeah.
was. I'm like, what?
Oh
Who
yeah.
cares about that?
Yeah.
Why are we talking about?
There's a whole lot of
Doesn't
what
mean
they
anything.
did then and what they did then, and
But anyway, and then like for like maybe 90 seconds a little bit later, and then I was like, they still don't know, I guess, so I don't really care anyway, so just whatever.
it was called at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning when they called who won. They were not expect that was early. That was quick.
I was gonna say
They
I
were thinking it was going to be like 4 years ago, where it took like another 2 weeks.
yeah,
Both
well, yeah.
sides had a bunch of lawyers ready to combat whatever. If it's close,
Mhm.
then they'll make people recount stuff and do all that malarkey.
Yeah.
But old boy took her down pretty hard, so she didn't have a chance.
Was it pretty lopsided? I
It
didn't
was
even
pretty
see.
lopsided.
I just
Yeah.
heard that he
They got
won.
the swing states. Well, this is my favorite part about all this, right? So first off, I'm in Columbus last night and in a hotel, and they've got CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC, all three of them right next to each other on the remote control. just
Mhm.
up, 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 down, down, down.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is going to be fun because one of my favorite things is just watching the far sides, how different they
Yeah,
are when
yeah.
they're talking. So I'm just clicking back and forth and just watching all of them. And they're like telling how many votes they each got and all, and none of them are close to each other. Like one of them said, like he's got the electoral college 117 and she's got 20. The other one says 95 to 55. The other one said, I'm like, how y'all figuring? I'm pretty sure that each state has a set number. Like
Yeah.
you can't just make numbers up. You got to give them the numbers that they got. But they're breaking them down, man. They're pushing they touch on the state and it breaks down into the counties. And then they talk about this county 15 years ago was transferred over from a blue to a red. And that's the only way that Garfield won back in 1826. And
Yeah.
it's like, but I don't think that's going to matter at all today. I think that's going to matter. The Hispanic vote. Oh, if I heard more and more about the Hispanic vote, I felt pretty proud. My cousin lives in Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
Pennsylvania was the talk of the town.
It seemed like it.
They
The
were the
very little that I saw.
whoever won Pennsylvania was going to win the whole thing.
Is that
That
right?
was, I mean, apparently all this get raced to 270. All that mattered was Pennsylvania. I don't even know why they anywhere else voted. They should have just let Pennsylvania vote. Didn't make any sense to me. He won Pennsylvania, so he won the election. That's what it sounded like to me.
Oh, okay.
So that's the way they all made it out. It seems like every election, there's one state that
Hmm.
gets to be the fancy one. It was
Yeah.
Ohio like 12 years ago. You remember the dangling Chad?
Yeah,
Al
yeah, yeah.
Gore and Bush Jr.
Yeah, was that
Yep,
Florida?
that was Florida.
Yeah.
Florida was the one who somebody needed Florida. Iowa has been one. I
Mhm.
think Michigan was 4 years ago,
Okay.
but this year, Pennsylvania. I think they
Pennsylvania.
just pass around a state and just go, whoever wins that state wins presidency. We don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah. If something came out where they were like, all this has been a farce the whole time, like it's really just these two states that we only count their votes,
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
like,
all that matters.
all
Yeah,
right,
sounds about right.
yeah.
We had there's so they're talking about how there's like one of the election places was having some snafus, like the ballots weren't working. And this dude is on here with this pen, right, in his hand or something in his hand. He could touch a button. And they had these like he couldn't see it because it was in front of him, but it was like in a green screen,
Oh yeah, yeah.
fancy kind of stuff. And he moved his little hand over to where that state was, press it, and it would pull around with his hand. Now he's in control of it and he can move it where I'm like, we got the technology to make 3D images like move around on a screen and do some crazy stuff, but we can't get the daggone, we can't get a piece of paper to scan. Come on, man. It's just a scanner. That's all it is. It's like Scantron never screwed up
I
when we
was
were a
just
kid.
gonna say, why
Scantron
aren't they
never
using
screwed up.
Scantron? You
Scantron,
go in there, they give you a number two pencil, and you fill in the
yep, the circle,
rectangle or the circle.
rectangle,
Yeah, yeah,
circle, didn't matter. Yeah,
yeah,
however it was. I had a test I got a 0 on one time.
yeah.
I'm like, look, I ain't the smartest kid in the world,
Let me.
but I did not fail, but I didn't get a 0. I didn't fill, I started on number 2 as number 1. I did not fill out number 1.
That's a,
So my whole test was it was like 1 through 100 and I went like 2 through
an
101.
answer off, right?
That was an answer off.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard bad stories about that. Yep. That's easy to do too because that Scantron sheet is just like it's just like a pattern and it's
That's
just
all it
like
does. Yeah, it's all
it's
yeah, it
it's
gotta
kind of hard to like not it's almost hard not to skip one sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially if
I used to do designs and stuff in them. Like if I didn't know what
yeah,
was going
yeah,
on, I
you
like
didn't
try
know.
to make a boat or something, or
Yeah,
I just be
yeah,
like,
yeah. Or just have it
yeah,
go.
like little diagonal
CBA
stuff.
ABC,
ABC.
CBA
Or I'd look
ABC.
at the ones before it and I'd be like, there's no way this is another A. I got A on here like
I
15
know.
times. I'm on question 20. Now I'm going with B.
Yeah.
No chance
I
that
think
A
A
is
is the
right.
right answer, but that's just no
No
chance.
chance. That's too many A's. The teacher would never do that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Meanwhile, if I was a teacher, every answer would be A on one test, except for one. It might be the third question. It might be the eighth question. I don't know. But I just have one C.
Yeah.
It's mess with their brains.
C was the one that I always, if I didn't know, it was
Oh,
just
you
C.
got what's in the middle.
Yeah.
Man, it's your best odds. It's in
Yeah.
the middle,
Yeah.
right? Nobody's gonna do one on D or
No.
especially E. E. A
Right.
lot of times you didn't even get an
If
E.
you didn't even, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But A, B, it's a little too close over there. I mean, it's let's split the difference. I'll just go C. It's got to be close.
Yeah.
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 Or all of the above. D, all of the above. But I was a big all of the above fan.
Yeah. If you didn't know for sure that one of them wasn't right,
I feel like
you
two
got,
of these are right, then four of them have to be right.
sure.
So all of the above.
It was the worst when it was A, B, C, A and B, A and
Oh,
C,
I
or all of the
hate
above.
that.
Like, wait.
That's too many. I don't even know. You're talking Chinese to me now. That sounds like Kung Pao Tao or something. I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
A C or A D or B C or A
or
C
all of the above.
or all the above.
Oh,
Scantron.
yeah.
So anyway, congratulations to the Donald. We've got we've got a we've got to deal with that for another 4 years. That'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Did you you're not a big social media guy, but did you see anything
Oh,
or did
I
people just
did.
stop and talk to you like cuz you got the both like
Oh,
people
but
are like, "Oh, thank God, finally I'm going to
yes.
be able to afford groceries now."
Yeah.
And then the other person's like, I just feel bad
World
for
War
my
Three
I
just
just
happened.
feel bad for my kids.
Yeah.
They're not going to live past, I'm like,
Eight.
what
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
talking about
Guess
here,
what's
guys.
gonna happen? Same thing after every election. We're all gonna go to work.
Yeah.
We're all we're gonna hope and pray that somebody makes groceries go down. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then we're gonna keep paying these prices and hopefully people are giving us more money.
Everything's mostly going to be the
Yeah,
same.
everything's mostly gonna be the same.
Kinda,
Guess what? The president can't do anything anyway. Good thing is he did get the Senate and it looks like Congress too. So might actually be able to pass something for the first couple years because you gotta have you got to have the Senate and
oh, the
Congress on
like
your side
has
as well.
the one
Majority,
party or the
majority,
other. Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. Right.
Anyway, besides the point, I did see one really funny thing.
Yeah.
Two funny things. The first one was, and it may not have been, it just popped up on one of them. Uh, Trump was walking in, and I think it said it was at a rally in Pennsylvania. Maybe not at his acceptance speech. I thought it was is at that speech. Anyway, somebody like threw a phone in front of him and the phone like goes down and a secret service guy went bananas. He like runs over and kicks the phone and another guy goes and dives on top of it like it was a bomb or something. It was pretty crazy. Meanwhile, old narcissistic listen, and I voted for Trump. I don't care to say it. I don't care less. Narcissistic guy that he is. He just keeps walking like he didn't even like it went right in front of his face. He just kept on going, waving to everybody, like, nah, I'll be fine. I'll be all right.
He's like, I've
Nah,
been
nah,
shot in
good.
the ear
Are you
before.
kidding me?
This
Look at
is
it. You
just a
can't even
phone.
tell. I've already had my makeup guy take care of this thing. You kidding? This is all good. Same person that does my hair did my ear. Anyway, then there was one Kamala Harris was it was the day of the it was that during the election and she's in front of a bunch of people and she's got her phone and she's talking to a voter,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
And she goes, she's there and she's like, oh my God, yes, thank you so much for that. Because the person on the phone voted for her. She's like,
Mhm.
yeah. And everybody starts clapping and she looks at everybody and smiles and turns her phone real quick, like to have the lady hear them all clapping. And it's on a camera app. Her
Yeah.
camera is open. She's not even talking to nobody. Yeah. Oh, that was good too. These politicians, every one of them are old as dirt, first off. Okay. They're all old as dirt. We need to have, like, you can't, like, I know you got to be over 35 to be the president, but I feel like if
You
you're
should have to be like
over,
unders.
if you're over 70, you can't be in anything. And you should never be allowed to do it more than 2 terms because it's not meant to be a career. I don't want to get into this too
Yeah,
deep,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
these dudes are
Well,
old as dirt. There's like a guy that's 90 that was in Congress.
oh yeah.
There was a dude that was in his late 80s, switched from being one of the two parties to another party just so he could get votes. And he got votes and he
Oh,
kept
wow.
going, switched because he doesn't care about anything except for staying in there and making some money the easy way, sitting in there with 500 and some other people. in the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think all that's it's all so funny. And they get
So
so
silly.
excited about it, dude. They're
Mhm.
so passionate. So passionate.
Yeah.
So passionate.
Yeah.
Anyway, Elon Musk made a he was out there. He was out and about. Yeah,
I'll bet. Yeah, he's a big Trump endorser, was he?
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if Trump got a smart truck. A smart truck? Was it just a Tesla truck or
It's
the
a
truck?
yeah, a
Cyber
cyber.
truck.
Hmm.
I'd rock the Cyber truck.
I you know
Would you drive the Cyber truck?
I,
That's an ugly vehicle.
it's
I
weird.
would drive it just because of how ugly it is.
It looks so space age. Like it looks like one of those things from like movies from the 80s and 90s that talked about space trip. Not just like yeah, I mean I guess kind of like Back to the Future, but
There are some people suing him for the truck looks too much like a car from one of their one of their movies.
yeah.
And iRobot, did you see his new robot that he's got? The
Uh
new
yeah, I
it's
think
like
I
your
saw something.
housekeeper. It waters your plants and will walk your dog and stuff.
Yeah.
It looks
I at
just
least
like
heard about it.
iRobot.
Yeah. I did hear about that. But I saw something today that had the Cybertruck and it was like a drawing of it or something like that. And it was two people talking and the one guy said, I made that for I made that for Pinewood Derby when I was 12.
That's so good. That
It does look
it
like
does.
Pinewood Derby car. It's like so
I carved
simple.
it out of
Yeah.
a rectangle.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pinewood Derby. We had a cousin that was so into Pinewood. Remember when he built the Pinewood Derby track?
Yeah.
And did you make a Pinewood Derby car for that?
Uh
He wanted us
no,
all to go over there and do it.
oh, not for that. I don't think I
Yeah.
did. No. I mean, I made a Pinewood Derby car
He
when I
bought a
was
bunch of Pinewood
9 or
Derby
whatever.
cars when like 5 years ago and wanted us to go come over. And I was like, I can't do it.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I had a dude, dad, when I was in Cub Scouts,
Mhm,
I did the Pinewood Derby,
mhm.
made this bad boy sleek, got that, that fine 420, 480, whatever that real fine grit sandpaper was, sanded it down real good, and cut a bunch out of it. So, because it had to be a certain weight,
Mhm.
couldn't be over, couldn't, it had to be a certain weight. Dad carves into the bottom of this thing a little hole, melted down lead.
My dad did the exact same thing.
Did he?
Yes.
Melted down lead and put it inside the front of
Is
the
this a
car.
regular
It must be what people did doing the Pinewood Derby. Dude,
exactly the same?
old boy melted down lead and stuck it in the front of the car to give it
Yes.
a
And then we
little more
put like
juice.
because I think we painted it
There
red and put like red electrical tape over it
over, yeah,
under
to
it
hold
too.
it in or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mine was blue. I know some people did pennies. I remember people saying they would put penny. I was like, pennies? Shoot, dude, we got lead, man. We
Yeah.
melted lead. Melted. I watched him. He took a torch and melted lead. He put it in the little hole, melted it down, and it just sunk down in there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Something like that. I was also really young, so it may not happen exactly that way. Dad will
Yeah.
remember.
Same thing. That's crazy.
Mm.
Um,
Speaking of dad,
so either that was allowed or both of us cheated.
it had to be allowed. They inspected the car. I
I guess
remember
so.
mine being, you could see it on the bottom of it.
Oh,
Like there was
okay.
nothing covering it. Like you could see it. Um, Speaking of dad,
Yeah.
remember I was on vacation. God, I guess that's been a month ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And we won. Like I was really nervous about the baseball team. We were playing, we were the 3 seed. We were playing the like 7 seed, I think. They weren't very good, but I was still nervous. Did we talk about that game at all?
Was that the one you were watching
Yes.
down? Yeah.
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 Watched it. They didn't have a single hit and scored 7 runs.
Yeah.
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 Didn't even make contact and scored 7 runs. That's difficult.
Yeah.
That, my friend, is walks and getting hit. Anyway, won that game. Come back. We got to play an undefeated team.
Mhm.
Okay. Dude, do what we got to do. Just take care of business. Win that game. In the championship game a couple weeks ago, we haven't talked since.
Yeah.
Another undefeated team. This team hasn't lost in 2 years. They won fall ball last year. Just in fall ball. Not hasn't lost in general. Just in fall ball. And so they're whatever 7-0 in fall. And we step up to the plate, bud. And I was a little nervous because they're a decent little ball club. Put it on them. Had some poor little kid missed a ball at second base. That's what you get. I told you to be ready. Those runs are on you.
His mom
Screaming.
or something?
Yeah. Guess where I found
Oh,
out most of those kids were from?
where?
Just take a guess. What part of town?
I'm gonna say the east side. I don't
Oh,
know.
no, no, the
It would
craziest
all
kid.
be.
Hamilton.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Anyway,
I had no idea what you're
not
talking
that I love a lot of people from
about.
Hamilton, great people. I'm just saying, like, that's just where it was. Anyway, she's
Hamiltucky.
screaming, Hamilton. She's screaming and yelling. We get up on them early. They got to put their big dog in. He can't throw a strike.
Oh,
Hit him hard when he did throw a strike. I think we had like 14 hits. We beat him by 8, took
wow.
him down, won, we lost our first 3 games of fall ball this year, and came back and won 7 straight to take it.
That is so impressive.
Yep. And never put a lineup together. We drew cards every single game. Drew cards.
Really?
Yep. Drew cards for the lineup every game. I did. So I was just throwing one pitcher an inning during league play. So 6. So we lost our first 3, won our next 3 doing that. In the playoff part of it, I did allow the pitchers to throw a little bit more.
Okay.
I gave them a couple innings or I gave them a certain amount of pitches. So, but it's time to go now, right? This is game time. They had a DJ. They had a DJ at the
Wow.
park. Yeah, if both fields were in between innings at the same time, he's banging some jams out.
Wow.
Played the national anthem before the game,
Oh my.
announced the kids out. It was pretty cool, bud. It
Oh,
was
I bet
pretty
they
cool.
love that.
They had a blast. It was really, really cool.
Well,
And we got the dub.
congratulations.
And we got the dub. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was nice. It was nice.
Fall
Yeah.
ball champs. You and the Dodgers are the two baseball teams in the world that finished on a win.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no doubt about it. Yeah, we're basically the Dodgers.
You guys are the Dodgers.
Yeah, we're basically the Dodgers. Pretty much.
I think I think you guys should play the Dodgers now to see who is the
They wouldn't stand a
I
chance.
didn't think so either.
That's chance. Oh, are you kidding me? There's no way they could throw a strike from 48 feet. They couldn't do it.
It would be weird for them, yeah.
12 feet closer, the ball wouldn't move. I can tell you that.
Yeah, right. It doesn't move until 59 and a half feet.
Exactly.
And then it
You got
drops
no
the
chance.
tape.
No chance. No chance. No chance at all.
Wow. Congratulations, man. That's very
Very
exciting.
excited. Yeah, I was very excited. The kids,
That's cool.
it was good for the kids. We had a tough year baseball last year. We beat a team that has beaten us quite a few times in the game before, and then the final game. Yeah, we team that's run ruled us twice, so we put it to them.
That's exciting. Yeah,
Put it to them.
to get to beat a team that you've already lost to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yep,
Feels so
it
good.
feels so good. Feels so
Oh.
good. It's fun though because we got a good little ball club on it. These kids been around together for a long time. They can do whatever they want to do, and they're getting older.
Hmm.
I like it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's exciting.
No, and I know as a coach, I know each and every one of them. So I know how to talk and how to I feel like I can connect with each one the right way.
Yeah.
Unlike if you got a brand new team like basketball right now, got a whole new bunch of kids. I don't know what to talk. I don't know exactly how to talk to all of them yet.
Hmm.
And it just makes me want to yell.
You're, yeah. Well, you try that. You
Not
try that
problem.
for a while.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
You got to try that and see who responds to it. And
And
then
we
the other
go
ones,
from
then you
there.
got to
Yeah.
adjust, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about
Very
basketball.
good.
What else do we got? Oh, Adam Schmidt. We are officially 4 days. 4 days? Yeah. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 5 days in
Mhm.
to Adam Schmidt.
I would call it 3 because I
Reti-
wouldn't count the
weekend.
weekend.
All right. So 3 days into retirement.
Mhm.
Tell me about retiring from your last job. Did they do anything fun for you at the end of the week? Did you have a little party on Friday? Did somebody bring a cake in? Anything like that?
No, on Wednesday, my department took me to lunch.
Oh,
Everybody in
that's
the
cool.
department went to lunch.
Nice.
So that was nice. Yep. Went to a really good spot out there in Lebanon, and then that was it. And then, we have 3 days in the office, two at home.
Yeah.
So my last day on Friday, I was the only one in the office in my
Were
group.
you
Yeah.
really? Oh, that's
So it
crazy.
was kind of, I mean,
That's
really, it was kind of
bittersweet.
nice. It was kind of nice, really,
Did
because
you like blow everybody a kiss that wasn't there at the end, or did you do anything fun on your way out? Did you give a little, like a little double tap on the wall on your way out, or
no,
give the old chest a little kiss to the lips, peace up?
I didn't hit the play like champion sign or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't really. I stopped over. I stopped at a couple different buildings to say goodbye to a few people. And then, the ones that I didn't see there, I made, two phone calls or whatever at the end of the
Yeah.
day and just made sure I said bye to the right people. And then I took my laptop over to the other building to IT, walked in and they're on the phone and I'm like, one guy looks at me, I'm like, think I'm supposed to turn this in. He's like, "Oh, all right. Well, I guess that's it." And then I left. And I walked out. But yeah, no. So nothing crazy. I didn't need to make a big deal about it, but I mean, it is a big deal to me, but to
Absolutely.
everybody else, they went
Yeah.
back to work on Monday and
Sure they did. It
nothing,
probably sucked, but they went back to work.
whatever. But
It won't suck this week. It'll suck next week.
maybe.
That's when it'll suck for them. It's like what we've done one week without Adam before.
Yeah, yeah.
We go to
Yeah.
without having this position being done in a
Yeah.
way that's correct. Anyway, good for you. I'm happy. I'm happy for you, brother.
I gotta tell you, the first Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah.
It feels so good to not have a job.
I don't know many people that have ever said that, but it's
Yeah.
so awesome.
And that's the thing, like I gave them 6 weeks notice.
Yeah.
So, because I was like, well, I kind of need to get paid for another,
Oh yeah,
for a
you got
little
another
while
vacation.
and,
Hmm.
get myself situated and ready to go for this thing. And then, and also I wanted to give them, a little bit more time to try to find somebody too. So anyway, uh, so it was like, leading up to the end of it, I was like not really telling everybody, just like a few people, and then word gets around quickly and stuff.
Absolutely.
But anyway, I left and then where was I going with that? I had an idea at the beginning of this whole thing and then
Yeah.
um anyway,
How
yeah,
good it felt
I
now. And
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. And oh, that was it. So the entire time, those entire 6 weeks that I worked knowing that I was gonna at the end of October leave,
yeah,
never once had a second thought, never once got a cold feet, never
that's
once.
awesome.
I'm like, and I can't believe it. I second guess
For
every time.
you, yeah, that's
Yeah,
huge.
absolutely. And so I always think I'm doing the wrong thing, but I think I did the right thing here. I
That,
really did.
absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm looking around now. I've been ever since I did that. I like got a little more serious about looking, but also still, I have enough time where I'm like I can still kind of be a little picky about what I'm looking for
Yeah,
and that kind of thing.
yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now. I had an interview today.
Oh,
It was a career fair where they kind of brought you in one at a time and talked to you about the job and stuff like that. So, um, not probably not really interested in it, but I just saw that it was going on, so I went over there and checked it out. And then after that, I saw an ad a couple of weeks ago and decided to try out a this introduction to stand-up comedy class.
let's go.
It's not so that they have an actual class that's like 6 weeks long at the Funny Bone, and a bunch of clubs I think do it. But and that's what this one where this one was, and they have like you pay for that class or whatever.
Oh, you gotta go all the way to Westchester?
Well, that's the thing. So that's we were learning about what's all involved in it. So this was just like a free intro class
Oh,
to
okay,
it.
okay.
Just basically tells you what you would learn if you wanted to do
What
this
to
class.
expect if you were to
Right.
do this? Yeah.
Right. So anyway, so I was like, you know what? It's free. It's online. I didn't have to, didn't have to go anywhere. I'm like, why not?
Hmm.
It didn't sound. I made sure I was like, it doesn't sound like I have to tell a joke in front of
Hmm.
anybody for this thing or anything. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, I'll try it out.
I'll take a look at it.
Yes. So anyway, that was kind, it wasn't like an actual, it's not the actual class, but he talked about, what we would learn in the class and everything if I decided to do it. So anyway, kind of interesting. It was just a fun thing.
Yeah, you gonna
And
take the class?
I'm kind of thinking about it. Like I have zero designs on trying comedy for real, but it's way cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
Okay,
And
okay.
it's 6 classes and they're all online except for the very last one.
You gotta
You
go
go there and you
put a
actually
little
have a
5 minutes
set
up,
and
or
yep,
yeah.
yep. You do a set and and then you get like you do the 6 classes, you get that set together and then there's an actual showcase for the people
Oh,
that
like there's
finish
gonna
the
be people
class.
there.
Yes, you're supposed to like promote yourself, bring your friends and family.
I'm
I
going to be there.
100% would not want anyone I
It
know to
doesn't
be there.
matter. I'll be there.
I okay.
I don't care.
You're the only
I'm
person I
going to
will
be
allow
paying attention to when this is. I'm gonna get on the Funny Bones website
if
and I'll be there.
if I
Whether you tell me you took the class or not, I'm gonna
I'm
go.
just gonna go in
I'm
case I
gonna
do.
go just in case you're messing with me.
That's funny. Hey, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not, but I it's
I
kind
feel
I'm
like
kind
you've
of
got
thinking
the
about it.
greatest start to a joke. So I do a podcast. I know everybody does a podcast. I mean, I don't know. I
Mhm.
feel like that's got to be a great way to
Oh,
all the
like the premise,
comedians,
yeah.
yeah, the premise of doing a podcast and the fact that there's a million podcasts out there.
Yeah. I don't have to tell a joke about our podcast.
There's plenty of them, but I'm
Yeah,
sitting
I
right there's
know.
one sitting right next to you. There's the one that's been sitting next to you for 5 years.
On our podcast, it's a podcast all about people with two pinkies on a shoulder that grow out of a shoulder. That's
Nub.
all we ever talk
It's
about.
just a nub out of a
Yeah.
pinky. Two pinkies grown out of the nub out of your shoulder. Y'all seen them. You know what we're talking about. They usually got a little credit card in between the two, and they're trying to put it into a machine, and it just ain't working.
and
Hey,
then
big dog, let me help you.
yeah. And then they either hand you your curly fries or they ask you to come inside because they can't reach it. And but they're expert.
They hand you the curly fries.
They're
He
they're
works in the. Wait a minute, this dude really works in Arby's
he
drive-thru.
really did. Now he had a regular arm too.
Okay,
And it was one of his arms was just this little thing here.
so he reached out, got your card with his good arm, handed it to the fake arm,
Bagel.
whatever, the pinkies, handed it to his pinkies.
The pinky
And the
arm.
pinkies, I'm just imagining my pinkies trying to put a card into a machine, and he's sitting there and he's talking to you, giving you a little what's up with his good hand, and then he gets his card with that hand. Hey, card didn't work, and he just a little pinky movement and hands it back. I don't even know how that would go.
He's gonna put it into the machine with his whole body.
He got to push it with his belly, puts it holding the card in between his two pinkies and push it with his belly into the machine because he can't move it. It's just a nub.
So anyway, that's what our podcast is about. And which completed the truth about there's a podcast about everything.
That's exactly right. Yes, it did.
Anyway, yes, so maybe I'll take a comedy class because I'm not working right now. What else am I doing, right?
That's awesome.
But who knows? I probably won't do it, but it was just an interesting thing to try
I
today.
like that. Nice. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool, though. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that. I would love to get into comedy.
Yeah.
Would love that. I think I'm so funny when I talk because my mom laughed at everything when I was a child. Like
Yeah.
I say nothing and she laughs. I would definitely. I would at least give it a try. I think I could give it a good 2 minutes if you gave me a month. I think I could give you a
Oh,
good 2 minutes.
absolutely.
I think I give you a good 2 minutes.
You could easily do that. Yep. You should try it. I think you
No.
should try it.
Zero chance I'll ever do that.
Try it.
Zero chance. Uncle Jimmy did used to do some open mic comedy.
Yeah. I remember him telling me that
Yeah.
a long time
He
ago.
used to
Yeah.
do some open mic comedy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I was like maybe 16 or something like that. And he was in town visiting and we were talking and he said, asked me what I wanted to do or something. It must have been during high school when I started looking at colleges or something. And back then I remember telling him like I would love to do comedy, but I'm not funny or whatever.
Yeah.
And and he said, yeah, he's like, I took my guitar up and did, a little bit of,
Yeah.
he told a few jokes and played some music and stuff like that. Like, really? I didn't know that.
I didn't know he did the guitar with it because he did some Elvis stuff. Didn't he do some Elvis stuff at some point?
Did he? I don't know.
I thought he did some Elvis stuff
Huh.
too.
I have to talk to him about that.
And he's got the hair, he's got the voice.
Yeah, yeah, he's a radio man.
Yeah,
Radio man.
great hair.
Yeah, he does have
Great
good
hair.
hair. He has
Great
good
hair.
hair.
Great head of hair.
Good mustache.
Guy's got a good mustache.
Yeah.
I feel like I would.
I don't think he does the mustache anymore.
No
I don't think he does.
goatee.
I think he does nothing. I think he's clean shaven for a while.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on in my life. You're fall ball champs. I don't
Yep.
have a job. And what do you think about the name Leo?
I tell you what, bud. There's a few of them.
Yeah, there are a few. There
So,
really are only a few.
so I'll tell you this. Can you recall the rules we had for this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear 'em.
It was
You had
you
to go by the name
you
Leo.
have to go by the name Leo.
You can't just be a Leonardo.
Well, but you did say Leonardo DiCaprio. Enough people call him
Leo.
that he would qualify.
I agree.
But yeah,
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
yeah. I think
All right.
if you're famously known as Leo,
Yeah.
then there you go.
All right. Let's go back and forth with this. I'll start.
Okay.
I'll start.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the leader of the Ninja Turtles. Was it ever like officially said in any episode that he was the leader, or did he just come off as the leader?
I don't know that, but I agree with you that it seemed like he was the
He
leader.
Leo always felt like the leader to me, and they all called him Leo. His name was Leonardo, but they called him Leo. So I'm gonna start with Leo from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. That's good because I didn't even think about. I didn't even think about that. I thought about
We're gonna have one
Leonardo as Leonardo, and I'm like,
We're-
I don't even know why that didn't process.
We're gonna have one that's the same for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes. Okay, then I'm gonna go. I'll say Leo DiCaprio then.
Okay, I have Leo DiCaprio as well.
We're gonna have two then. I think.
Okay, then we'll have two, and then I get to go number 3.
Yeah.
And my third is we've talked about this before. We talked about Greg Maddox. Um we've talked about so Adam sent me, is it called Mad Dog?
No, no, it was called Greg Maddox something
Oh,
something. I
okay. They
think.
just
Yeah.
call him Mad Dog all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was just
Doggy
my
and all that what
title
you
of
called it.
my
That's what your text said was
text,
Mad
yeah.
Dog. Yeah, and they all call him Doggy and all that.
Yeah,
But Leo Mazzoni was a big part of it and looked amazing, by the way.
I know.
I thought the dude was dead. He looked like he was like 55.
I know.
He
I
looked
was like,
awesome and he sounded great.
Yeah.
He had big personality. I'm like, Leo Mazzoni looks better than he did when he coached.
I totally agree. That definitely hit me hard when I saw that. I was
100%.
like, I thought he was 90. I thought he was gonna be barely able to
To
speak.
talk.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bobby Cox, God knows what he looked. I thought Leo looked awesome. So I'm going Leo Mazzoni.
And I have Leo Mazzoni. That's our other one.
All right, so we have two the same there.
Gentleman by the name of Leo Burnett. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Leo Burnett was an American was an American advertising executive and the founder of the Leo Burnett Company, also known as Leo Burnett Worldwide. He was responsible for creating, here we go, some of advertising's most well-known characters and campaigns of the 20th century, including Tony the Tiger, Charlie the Tuna, the Marlboro Man, the Maytag Repairman,
Oh,
United's Fly the Friendly Skies. He made that.
okay.
Allstate's Good Hands. You're in good hands with Allstate. He created that. And for garnering relationships with multinational clients such as McDonald's, Hallmark, and Coca-Cola. In 1999, Burnett was named by Time magazine as one of the 100 most influential people of the 20th century. That's pretty big. That last, I was like, well, I've never heard of this guy before. And then I'm like, okay, I recognize all that stuff. And then Time Magazine, 100 most influential people of the 20th century.
Huge.
That's very huge.
That's huge.
I didn't know who he was, but he's big time.
All right. Well, sorry.
You're gonna love my last one.
I'm going with a fella who's in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame by the name of Leo Ernest DeRocher.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, Baseball Hall of Famer, captain of the Brooklyn Dodgers back in the day, managed for the Dodgers from 39 to 46 and 48, served as a player manager. Um, let's see, he was traded to Brooklyn in 37. He played for the Reds, played for the Cardinals,
Hmm.
and won a World Series in 1934 for the
Oh,
Cardinals.
very nice.
He was a superb fielder at shortstop, but a mediocre hitter. And he was sold to the Cincinnati Reds in 1930 before he went over to the Cardinals in 33.
Another old baseball
Hall of Famer,
Leo Cardenas too.
Leo Cardenas.
Yeah.
Cardenas. I don't
Oh,
know how to
I
say that.
was just heard Cardenas. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows? But Leo DeRusher, good. Very good. My last one here, Saint Leo. I was trying to get it while you were drinking. Um,
That's a
Saint
good one.
Leo, from Saint Leo was from Fairmount. Um,
Fairmount.
and
Absolutely was.
and
Yep.
and built this church.
Yep.
And
Known for the probably two most famous piano players of all time.
Marianne and
Andre, no, he played the drums. What was the guy's dad? The guy who
oh yeah,
could play
yeah,
guitar.
Mr. Neffley, or no, Mr.
No, definitely was Ed Elder.
Yeah,
Who was the guy who? Oh yeah, no, he
he
was.
taught
Yeah,
an elder, yeah, and played the,
is
yeah.
that who it was? Neffley?
I think so.
What
It's
was the kid's
Noli,
name?
Neffley, Noli, Noli or Neffley,
Noli.
Noli, Mr.
Yeah,
Noli.
Mr. Noli. Yes, Mr. Noli. He had the rope around his neck with that was like cross threaded into a wooden cross
Hmm.
and wore it every day. And yeah,
Like from Jesus's time, it
um,
looked like, you
it
know.
was carved out of a piece of the crucifix.
Whoa, the real cross.
The real cross.
Holy
They,
smokes.
they took little 1 inch by 1 inch chunks and carved.
That thing is worth money.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He taught me what was it? It was
Some computer
computer
science things.
programming. It
Yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
computer programming, and I took an AP class. It's the only AP class I ever took.
Mm,
I I cruised through basic
mm.
where it's like DOS. I could make like we had to make an angel and like the colors had to be like man, that was a piece of cake. Then I went to C, and then his AP class was C plus plus.
Yeah.
Woo boy, it's a good thing Kyle Brown sat next to me, bud, because I didn't know how to do nothing. I mean, you took a test, it was all on a computer. Dude's computer's right next to me. Yeah, I just typed whatever he had on the computer. I don't know. It was easy.
That's
Easiest
cool.
class in the world. And Kyle always did great, so I didn't have to worry about him screwing up and us both having something wrong.
Yeah.
We are fun. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, but St. Leo,
Great guy.
our parents went, your mom went there, right?
My mom did
My,
go to school there.
my
Yes.
dad and mom both went to school there.
Uncle
Um,
Danny did not.
right.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
I think you're right.
I could be wrong there, but
I think they were closing it down
I'm
or
not sure about
whatever
Aunt
at that
T.
time. Yeah, she
But
might not have either, or
mom, I'm
maybe,
pretty sure did. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Famous tom toms. Is that what they're called? The two drums with the little handheld
bongos.
bongos. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Darnell Edwards, one of the
sure,
greatest bongo players of all time. There.
sure.
Also,
I feel like they all had a tambourine.
they all had a tambourine, absolutely, and maybe one of the greatest. You ever heard of like the Pied Piper? You know the Pied Piper who could just start playing the flute and
Hmm.
then the kids followed him.
Yeah.
It was Margaret Edwards. She'd
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get up at the end of the mass and just start going around, and all the kids would follow.
Yeah, yeah.
All the kids would follow.
Yep. Yep. That was definitely
Mary Ann, that's the one I was about to describe because I couldn't remember her name. So I was about to
Marianne.
describe the pianist, and I'm glad you just said her name because it
I guess
probably wouldn't have been as nice as just saying Mary Ann.
it was Marianne.
We'll just say Mary Ann.
Yeah, but that was like a big because like when we would spend the night at the Edwards, we would go to
Go to church.
St. Leo Church there, and that was totally different than the churches we went to.
Boy, it was
Totally,
it's
totally
totally
different.
different. And it wasn't like it was like a Baptist, Southern Baptist kind of thing where they
No,
did it all the time. It
it
was
was
just every
closer to
once in a
that.
while. It was a little bit closer to that. There was more, there was a lot of hands up and talking and humming and stuff while the priest was talking.
Mhm.
But the coolest thing about that was, so I served at St. Dominic. I was a server at St. Dominic. Did you serve at St. Martin's?
I did not.
You did not. Did you serve at St. Leo's?
No,
Oh, I
but
just figured you
I was in a Christmas play one time there.
were you? I was
Yeah.
never in a Christmas play. You got me there, but I did serve many times at St. Leo's because I'll just be at church and Aunt Peggy be like, they need somebody else. And I go up with Tony and I'm like, this is not in the same order that we do stuff at Dominic, but whatever. I just you just follow around what's going on, man. You just do what you gotta do. Put on my little robe like everybody else and go.
Yeah.
They tied their robes with like they had like uh rope that you tied around there. Yeah, we had the whole
Hmm.
it was different. But yeah, I served at St. Leo's.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, that's mine. That was my fourth. Did you have your, yeah, you got
Mm-hmm.
through four. Yep, yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep, yep. All right. Mount Rushmore Saint of Mount Rushmore Saint Leo.
Mount Rushmore, St. Leo. Something like that. On to Hasan Minhaj.
That's right. Very
Minhaj.
good.
Hasan Minhaj.
Minaj.
Minhaj.
Yeah.
Hasan Minhaj. That's it. Hasan Minhaj. Otherwise you become very superfluous. What's the word he used?
Superfluous. I don't remember.
Nah, there was people that are this and then people that are that. Anyway, we'll figure it out as we talk. So Hasan Minhaj.
Hasan
Hasan
Minaj.
Minhaj.
Don't
What'd you
worry.
think?
Ellen got it wrong.
Ellen got it wrong too. Yeah, well, Ellen's a billionaire lesbian, and I am just on a podcast. So
And you're a 100 air lesbian. So
I am a 100 air lesbian. Let's talk about Hasan. Now I can't figure it out. I said it right the first time. Now I can't say it. Hasan.
Hasan. Yeah.
There it is. Let's talk about Hasan. What is what
Kamala.
is it Kamala? Is it Kamala?
It's Kamala.
Is it Kamala?
I actually finally paid attention to the way she said it.
Yeah. So it's not Kamala.
Right.
It's Kamala.
Kamala.
I feel like I've been saying that right.
Good.
Doesn't matter. She's gonna fall away like Al Gore.
I was gonna say
obscurity
we might
now.
not even ever hear from her.
Yeah,
Who
it
knows?
is what it is. Yeah. Al Gore had to start talking about how he created the internet and stuff just to stay famous after he
Or
lost.
still running 4 years against JD Vance, and then
Yeah, and then well, yeah, that could be. You never know. Could be.
Al Gore. Yeah.
Al Gore. The vice president that never became.
No.
He was funny. Al Gore was a different dude.
Mhm.
So let's talk about Hasan Minhaj.
Mhm.
I will tell you, it's one smart cat, dude. This is one smart guy. So I love a comment. He kind of like he kept getting mad at him because they were like they're clapping at some. He did a lot of politics stuff in the beginning, and they're clapping when he would make a remark, and you could tell it's like, oh, like I think they're just clapping because they think they should be clapping right now, and he kind of get into them. I like all that. I like that where it's like, no, we're not getting into this far right, far left, and just because I said this person's name or something about that, we're not just going crazy. And then he would have some. I love somebody that can play both sides. I thought he did a really good job. He's just a smart guy. He just comes off as a smart guy, I should say. Comes off as a smart guy. Didn't he say went to doctor school or something in his last one?
Possibly.
Yeah. I don't know. He feels like a smart dude. I think the dude's really good. I think he's really good. I think there's 2 times I laughed really hard out loud. And it was the 2 times that the audience kind of went, "Ooh," like that to one of his jokes. And I thought they were hilarious. So maybe it was a little different that way. But I don't know, man. What'd you think?
Well, as a comedian now, I thought no.
Now that I'm a comedian.
The venue was really nice.
It was kind of a cool little spot.
It was pretty neat.
When I first saw it, I thought it was
set
going to be one of those circle stages when he first set up, and I realized that it was blank behind him.
Yeah, but there was I don't know. I felt like I saw an angle where there was it just didn't look like a regular theater. I forget where he said he was, but he was in San Jose, I think.
San
He kept
Jose.
saying the Bay Area, and then he said San Jose. I don't know if that's the same thing or
No
not, but
idea how close they are.
um, he talked about Oakland and all that. So anyway, it was a nice venue.
Shooting him up like Steph, I think I heard in there one time.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a basketball guy for sure. Um, I related to the dog stuff. Very short thing. He said people are crazy with their dogs. With the
That when he made that joke, I was like, he just won Adam's heart. That
yeah,
was Adam's
yeah.
Adam. He just won Adam right there.
It's like these people are crazy with their dogs. Um, let's see. I too many applause breaks for me. You kind of just said, people would cheer and stuff. I felt like there were plenty of laughs in the audience, but it was more like some, after a while, it felt like, is he saying this? Is he telling jokes or is he
Just talking.
just talking to like get people excited about something or what, or, just to get like a reaction of any kind?
Yeah.
So there's too many applause breaks because it was a lot about politics and social stuff, and so I don't need the points. I don't need you
Yes.
to make a point. Just tell me a joke. And so I don't know. I wasn't crazy about that part,
So
but
that's a big part of when I say he's really smart. I feel like he's really smart. He had to explain a lot of the stuff he was saying. He would like say it and then have to explain it.
I don't know if that's good for for comedy.
Probably not.
Um, he's a very good performer. Um, with his dramatic pauses and inflections in his voice,
Hmm.
but it's like a performance. Of course it's a performance, but I don't know. It was just like I think that it was like a performance, and it got people cheering and it got people reacting in some way, but it wasn't always. I didn't feel like it was a lot of times funny. It was more, you
And
know,
maybe that's why I didn't laugh the whole time.
yeah. I didn't really laugh out loud at anything, to be honest.
The dog thing, when he made that dog reference, I
I
definitely
wish
for sure laughed out loud.
I just more was like, hey, all right.
Somebody finally agrees.
I gave him a 2.7.
Oh,
Wow. Yeah.
um,
I could go 2.8 or 2.9.
no.
I'm not at a three.
Well, we're off. We're off. We're off a little bit. I went 3-4. I didn't get real crazy with it. Um, but I did think it was all right. I thought it was pretty good.
Mhm.
I did because I kind of enjoyed the smart side of it and not just walk into another, how many dirty jokes can
Yeah,
I
yeah.
tell one
Oh, I
after
love
another?
smart comedy. I love it. Yep. I'm
But
with you.
like I said, I don't feel like I laughed out loud but twice.
Yeah.
And that's it. The rest of the time it was just you're just listening to him tell the stories.
Yeah.
He had some good stories about his dad. His dad stuff was really good. The
Yeah.
racism stuff was good. The George Floyd thing was pretty funny how he explained to his dad and all that, and the way and then his dad turned racism around on him and got hilarious with that. I thought that was all good. I never, like I said though, it was never something that I laughed out loud at.
Yeah.
Just kind of sat there and just listened to. It was like a guy telling you a story.
Hmm. Yeah. I agree. Um, yeah, so it was fine. It was fine. I feel like the last one, I probably wasn't crazy about, but maybe was a little bit more excited about whatever the last one we watched of his was. Um, but yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
The last one, I didn't realize how much trouble he had gotten in
Same.
with all these different areas of the world and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I didn't either. Okay. Well, good job, Hasan Minhaj,
Mhm.
or however you say it.
Now on to the best part.
Yeah.
We get to choose next week.
Yeah. So what name am I going to come up with?
Well, I'm gonna leave one of these comics up to you. I'm gonna leave it to you. I'm
This
not
is
gonna
your
do him.
week. This is your
I know.
choice.
And what I'm saying is I'm not gonna do him.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean.
And I'll even say it. I'm not gonna do the new Tom Papa.
Okay.
I'll leave that for you to decide if you want to do it. I like Tom Papa. It's not what's the guy's name? That I can't
Gaffigan.
stand. It's not Jim Gaffigan. I don't know how I feel about Tom Papa. Like
Mhm.
I'm kind of in the middle with him. So I'm not going to do him. I'm going to go back to one that we were talking about doing at one point in time and
Mhm.
never did. The newest Dion Cole,
Yep.
which one is this? There's three of them on here right now. Is it? It's okay, Mister.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, Mister.
Okay, Mister. Yeah, you can hear him saying it in your mind, right?
Hmm.
Um, oh, there you go. Little trailer. A lot of laughter so far. That's good.
She opened the phone.
All right. Mount Rushmore of Dion's. No, I only know two of them.
I know
Let's
two
see.
in the same family.
Really?
Actually, no, their actual name is Cassius, but their middle name is Dion.
That's such a cool name. Cassius
Cassius
Dion?
Dion Johnson.
That's an
Is that
awesome
the
name.
baddest name? Is in my that so it's Aaron's cousin's husband
Oh, okay.
is Dion.
I feel like I've heard. Yeah,
You've
yeah,
you've met him.
yeah.
Uh he's the one that told Tony he'd give him the option. He was gonna throw him out the window of the bus on my at my bachelor party. He's gonna give Tony the option if the window was open or closed. And your brother in turn grabbed Tony, sat him down, and said, "Shut up," because Dion's 6'1", 375 pounds. Not so big anymore, but and hands that looked like sledgehammers. And then
Wow.
his son they call Cash.
Cash.
Call him
Okay.
Cash. I call him Cash Money.
Cash money.
Yeah, he's got a necklace with a dollar sign on it. When your
Oh, wow.
nickname's when your name's Cash, his name is Cash. How cool is that?
Yeah.
But anyway, Cassius Dion Johnson.
Wow. Mm.
I tell people that all the time. I'm like, whitest dude you ever met in your life from
Yeah.
Hamilton, but that name just doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, Mount Rushmore. We're gonna do the Mount Rushmore of, let's see. The Mount Rushmore of wood. Types of wood. This is gonna be lopsided here because you're an expert and I know very, very little about wood. So we're gonna do the Mount Rushmore of wood.
Well, a stud, just a stud, right? Like a regular 2x4 that you put up
Sure.
it's called SPF.
Hmm.
There's three
Like
right
the
there.
right, like the suntan lotion.
There's
Yeah.
the spruce pine fir.
Okay.
So when
Oh, that's
you
what that stands for?
spruce pine,
Spruce pine fir 50 and
that's
30.
not what that stands for. But
Oh,
if you buy 2x4, it's usually SPF number two, and
mm. That's not much protection.
is it is not. Yeah, I put that on every 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's why it's called two. That's right.
Oh Lord. Anyway, stupid. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, well, I could go on about wood all day. That's what I talk about all day long. I could literally do this all day long.
This little light bulb just went off my head. I was like, "Whoa, Chris is gonna love this," and then I realized like he does this all day, every day, and he's
No,
not gonna love it.
no, I'll love it. I could talk about wood all day long.
All right,
I
so next
sell
week's
so
episode is about wood.
I sell softwood. I sell softwood. Lots of I only sell one hardwood.
Mhm.
One hardwood.
Mhm.
Um
Which is used for basketball
yeah,
floors.
well, yes, hardwood is definitely on the basketball floor. But yeah, yeah. Always like the fact there's the guy who buys our wood.
Yeah.
He gets a magazine every week called the Softwood Buyer. That's, I mean, come on, these things are too easy. Like this is every time it
I
comes to me,
just,
I'd be like, Jim, this is definitely for you. You're in your 60s, 70s. Well, this is for you. Softwood buyer. I only get the hardwoods, bud. That's all I mess with is hardwoods. But now I'm 41, so I sell softwoods.
Yeah, and the company only people under 40
Hardwoods. If you're over 40, you can start selling softwoods. I sell the softest hardwood. Do
Oh,
you know what
man.
the softest hardwood is?
Yeah, I know, but for the listener,
Poplar.
right?
You've heard of poplar before.
I have.
You've heard of poplar. Yeah.
I have heard of that. It's one of the most popular woods. Come on.
It's too easy. It's too easy. Too easy.
Mount Rushmore of wood.
Popular.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Man, I haven't heard that song in forever.
Mm-hmm.
I got my own car. Is that how that went?
Yeah.
Didn't Bobby and Mike sing that?
I don't know. I mean,
Not like their
not the
song,
original.
but they would cover it. Did they
Was that
cover
I
it?
think that was the Butthole Surfers.
It was the Butthole Servers. That is who that
That's
was.
right.
God, I would
Right.
never name my band the Butthole Surfers.
No.
That
Now I have to put a
disclaimer on
mature,
this, mature only on this
Yeah.
on this episode.
Yeah.
Soft woods, hardwoods, and the Butthole Surfers.
So then next week we're gonna have to take a 1 week break, only 1 week. Don't worry, a 1 week break from talking all things pinkies and pinky arms,
Yeah,
just to talk wood.
just
We're
to
gonna
talk
talk
wood.
wood, and
We
then
can talk wood all
week
day.
after that we'll go back to pinky
Go back
arms.
to Pinky Arms. Yeah. So we might not even call this the stubby pinks next week, like we usually do.
Right.
The stub pinkies.
Yeah.
Pinky stubs.
Pinky stubs.
I like pinky stubs.
Yeah.
All right. So Dion Cole and
Wood.
Wood. I love it. So all the best woods. Do you want me to give you some options?
No, I want to do my own
you do your own
research,
research, figure
because
out what-
it's going to be funnier, because I'm still going to know nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2x4s. I'm going to say
That's what I was trying to tell you is when you
plywood.
get a 2x4, it's one of 3 different species of wood. It's either spruce, pine, or fir. Most people want a fir 2x4, but they're a little more expensive. But if you get the regular SPF, it's going to be a mixture, mostly spruce.
I'm going to say parquet.
Parquet.
You know,
I think that's a design.
That's
I think that's a design of hardwood.
But it's-
the way it's laid. I think that's the way the wood's laid, but that's okay.
That's right. I think it'll be funnier if I do my own thing, and then you have real stuff.
I'm gonna go with the wood that makes money for me. So
There you
I'm
go.
just gonna go with the stuff that I sell.
That works. That works perfect.
All right, that sounds
It's on
good.
your Mount Rushmore.
So the Mount Rushmore of wood and Dion Cole. Okay, mister. Until next week, don't forget to turn your headlights on. I forgot how to stop it. Oh, here it is.